Hello all, TWK here, and welcome to my stream of conscious style review of the 1999 game from Electronic Arts, World Championship Wrestling Mayhem! This game was released on both the Nintendo 64 and PlayStation, but for now, let's just take a look at the version released for the N64, shall we? The gameplay is not great. Hit detection is beyond laughable, easily some of the worst I've ever seen in a professional wrestling video game. The grappling system is just confusing because once you tie up with the B button, BT dubs, what a great choice that is, multiple buttons do pretty much the exact same move. This will lead to the average player being confused on how to do, well, anything really, and how do I know this? That's because I'm relatively hardcore at wrestling games, and I was confused, and also I've been playing this game for years and years and years and years. On a positive note, this is the first ever professional wrestling video game to allow fighting to transition from the ring to the backstage area. Whilst one can say that it's a shame said location is just a square room with items littered everywhere, my response would be, it's 1999 and expectations were zero, so this is fine? Yeah, fine. Just to reiterate, not great, just fine. And you can't say EA didn't innovate anything. The match types are okay, you got singles, tag, multi-mans, and the like, but the only battle royal mode is literally just a 4-person rumble. There is literally no way to have a proper Royal Rumble style match in this game, which is a shame after Aki did such a great job at introducing it in Revenge. At least you can easily eliminate yourself. That's always a fun time. The roster, though, is pretty goddamn strong. We've got WCW main unit dudes, the NWO B team, NWO Elites, the Elite, the Cruiserweights, and some hardcore wrestlers. Admittingly, I don't think there's as many wrestlers as WCW NWO Revenge, but does Revenge have the Bobby Blaze? Didn't think so. Checkmate, Aki. The presentation is where you can tell EA put their monies. Every televised WCW show alongside the pay-per-views are represented here rather decently. Matches always start with a nice establishing shot of the arena before the wrestlers make their entrances. This is also the first WCW game, at least on the 64, to feature ring announcing, but we don't have Dave Penzer or Mike Buffer, but for some reason Gene Mean, who, for the unaware, was never a ring announcer but an interviewer.
Your attention, wrestling fans! You won't believe what we have in store tonight on Saturday Night Wrestling. It is scheduled for one fall. There will be no time limit. Introducing first, Rey Mysterio Jr.
Wow, the crowd is certainly behind this man.
At least the commentary team made sense, as at least on the PS1 we got Tony Schiavone and Sir Robert the Brain Heenan, but Bobby is PlayStation exclusive, so Tone is forced to pull a Joey Styles for this port.
Hip toss! It looks like he was hurt from that last move. Outsider's edge! Can you believe that anyone can get up from something like that? 3! It's over!
At least the commentary team made sense, as at least on the PS1 we got Tony Schiavone and Sir Robert the Brain Heenan, but Bobby is PlayStation exclusive, so Tone is forced to pull a Joey Styles for this port. The appearance options are nice, there's certainly a decent amount of options to choose from, and if nothing else, has more freedom than WWF SmackDown did, so there is at least that. Everything else kind of falls apart. For example, why can't I customize my own moveset? What kind of bull honkery is this? At least we can see what our finisher is, but that's literally it. This is also where we can see where the N64 really suffers from its memory limitations, as very few theme songs made it into this version. I continue from experience that the PS1 port had at least a few more songs added in. Although I will say the quality of the songs here are pretty high from what you'd normally hear from an N64 game, but that high quality probably came at the cost of the quantity of songs that could be put into the cartridge. The stats selection seems fine at first, but without a guide, it's honestly hard to tell what some of them even do. Like, what does dirtiness mean? What about impact? What's the difference between mat ability and submissions? The game doesn't tell you. And once again, if someone as experienced in wrestling games as I am getting confused, then I can't even fathom how first-time players must feel. In the end, is WCW Mayhem the worst wrestling game ever? No. Is it a major step down from Revenge? Oh, most definitely. There is no way to recommend this game to anyone but the absolute most hardcore collectors or fans of World Championship Wrestling. I will say that I'll always remember playing this game and having fun doing so on the day my dad retired from the Navy. Not sure why that memory always sticks out to me, but it does, and it's moments like this what playing games is all about, really. Anyways, that's enough rambling from me, and well, that's the video. I hope you all enjoyed it, and as for next time, I was going to review Backstage Assault, but I can only handle so much nonsense from EA, so let's head back to Japan instead. New Japan, that is. That's right, we've got an official Shinyon Pro Wrestling game on our hands. Let's fucking go! Oh man, I almost made it through the whole video without swearing. Nevertheless, I hope you all have a perfect rest of your day.
Into a street fight on the runway. This is a bizarre turn of events. These men have not only left the ring, but they've taken this medal to the media room. Whoa, hang on there. What's that? There's someone waiting for them.